Day one journey, episode 1546. It's a bit too big, so make it smaller. What I'm looking for is not out there, it's within me. It's in me. Well, I think 2 days ago I had a conversation with a friend, and he just booked a long flight to someplace quite far. It was quite costly. It's quite long, and he wanted to figure things out. Now, he asked me whether it's a good idea to fly. Well, he's already booked the flight, so. But still, of course, I had this conversation with him, and so first I found quite hard to actually give him advice. Overall, it's hard for me to give advice because I can think together with you, I can raise some questions, but an actual advice like what I think he should do, well. This is especially not with something that specific, with flying or not flying, but the thing that I try to explain to him, and this is something that I just do with myself, is, the answers. They are within us. It might sound very cliche, and look within, but it's actually the truth. He wants to find a partner in life, and first of all, I think it's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big thing, and I think we should. It's a good idea to address it with a lot of energy and effort and being serious about it. I'm not saying he's not serious about it, but I think overall it is something that I would recommend to put energy in it, finding a partner. Now, traveling the world, having different experiences, and figuring out, meeting new people and stuff like that. I think it's I was about to say it's a good idea. Well, it's a good experience. Depends because we still have only 24 hours a day, and if we know what is the goal, so he had one question in mind. He wanted to visit a certain country. He had a specific experience with a girl from this specific country, and then he got to the idea that he wants to find his partner in this country. Yeah, and then he sort of wanted to fly there and sort of check it out. Now I tried to ask him questions about specifically what is so special in this country, with the people, with the culture. I didn't understand some of the things. But overall, it was quite hard for me to, I don't know, I didn't tell him not to fly. Yeah, it can be a nice experience. But I tried to highlight that he doesn't really know what he wants. And figuring out what you want has to do with you going within, asking yourself specific questions. It's not just about, it's a deeper process. It's not just about, okay, I found a girl from Spain and we had a nice connection and something happened, and now I know I can have great connections with girls from Spain. And now I travel to Spain to figure stuff out about. I guess it's a bit difficult to explain what I want to say. It's very specific to him. But I think the journey of understanding what we want, and in this specific case, what kind of partner we want, it's not just about where they are coming from. It's not just about traveling to this place. It's actually understanding what's. For example, I was like asking, well, you have amazing connection with these girls from this country, and but what about communication? Did they speak English? Can you actually communicate with them? And he was communicating them with Google Translate. They're actually not that fluent in English. I told him, well, this is a must for me. If I cannot communicate with someone, like, I don't know, it's like, sometimes I think we get caught up with some fantasy, yeah? So we look into ourselves, we jump to some conclusions, we create a fantasy, and from then on, we don't try to go deep inside and take this fantasy and break it down. We try to find it in the world. We try to mesh the fantasy idea we have in our mind to something that we have in the world. So we are looking for the fantasy out there. Finally, I reached the point of the video. We try to mesh the fantasy we have in our mind to something that we can find in this world. We're looking for this fantasy. And I was, I guess, trying to tell you, well, take this fantasy that you have. First of all, I'm saying it's a bit of a fantasy because it lacks details and I don't know, yeah, this is my opinion after hearing what he had to say. Break this fantasy down into small pieces that you can actually understand, which is the journey within. Yeah, you had these 2, 3, 4 experiences, so you created this fantasy about them, but ask yourself the question, what about her was that exciting? Maybe it has nothing to do with the country. I don't know, there's so much work that I think that I'm thinking about myself, that I try and I keep on doing within myself, figuring out what kind of person I want to be with in this specific, finding a partner in life. If it's something else, I still go deeper within. Yes, I do travel. Yes, I have experiences. Yes, I try to do different things which help me to meet different people. These experiences, I can extract things from it to sort of figure out things about myself. But I'm not necessarily, the default is not going out there looking for something. The default is in looking within, reflect about experiences that I had, because we are social beings, but getting to much more clear conclusions and perspective and a direction within before, again, I go out and look for something out there. Most of the work is within, at least in my opinion. And this is what I wanted to share with you today. Have an amazing day, and see you tomorrow.